What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Super Nerd, coming at you with part 9 of Rise of the Argonauts. We're gonna be playing, we're gonna be rescuing the rest of the statues. Twice. Just kidding. I mean, probably twice. Because there's still 2 virtues missing, but we'll find out. What is this guy doing? Oh, come here.
You saved my life, but more importantly, you saved my honor. I thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, then we're going to go. No one's in here. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember. We gotta save. Alright. Gotta just leg it, man. This dude has like calves the size of Russia. Just saying. Especially with how much running he does in this shit, man. Whoops. I swore. My bad. There goes monetization. Yeah, these guys.
You will not harm these men.
Watch your men! Come on, then!
I think it's Pan that does that, actually. Stop having my spear equipped. Or my spear. Sword. She hit him. Ow. Give him that stun with my shield, and yep, that guy's charging into the stuff. Ha! Oh yeah, you guys get a different advantage. By Hercules. That works too.
Thank you. I am Pathanos, foreman of this mill. These are my men. Sorry. Give me a moment. My knees are still shaking.
You fought bravely, Pathanos.
To tell the truth, I've never been more afraid.
Courage is always a choice.
Without fear, there can be no courage. Overcoming fear is what makes one brave. What's your story, Pathanos?
Not much to tell. I run the mill and keep watch over these men.
You've done more than that. We owe our lives to Pathanos. He saved us from Phaedon.
All of us here were sentenced to death in Phaedon's court. Pathanos convinced him to put us to work instead.
I deserve no credit. It was Perseus's idea.
What were you men convicted of?
Oh, we are all brutal, brutal criminals. I was caught outside after curfew.
Oh no.
And I was overheard calling Phaedon a meddling outsider.
Not the truth.
For such offenses, Phaedon and his judges decreed death.
You knew Perseus.
Wow.
After Phaedon seized the temple, Perseus came and lived among the people in the village. He suggested I recruit convicts to work at the mill, to save them from Phaedon's perverted judgment.
Well, there you go.
The village is safe now. You should bring these men back.
I think we should first secure the mill. We're going to need wood to rebuild, and lots of it.
True.
We'll be all right here. My thanks again to you.
Okay. Well, there's one for courage. And then back to the docks to save the uncle. I think we got an ability charged up, so we'll hopefully use one of those. And keep her going. keep her going. Oh man, this game. See, the problem is I gotta record until I hit a saving point, or a checkpoint. Because if I just save, then I have to repeat some. So what I'm gonna start doing.
He must have landed while we were in the swamps. Hurry, to his boat. We'll kill his crew and lay in wait.
I'll save you the wait.
There he is. Kill him.
Yeah, don't you try to touch my crew, you dongus. You dangle donger. Yeah, it's my crew. You ain't gonna touch my crew. You pathetic. Yeah, stabbed. Where's the black tongue? Did someone kill the black tongue? I wanted to kill the black tongue. Not fair.
Praise Athena! They say patience is a fisherman's best friend. But even patience has a limit. I am Polemon.
Same.
Thank you for saving me.
Do you have a nephew, Polemon? A boy by the name of Kiri?
Kyrinos, is he well?
In a manner of speaking. He's waiting for you in the village, along with the others we've restored.
They must be famished. I can't go back empty-handed. Let me catch some supper.
Don't tarry long, Polemon. There is still danger.
I understand. Now, let's see if the fish are still biting.
I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't be. Especially after so long of no one being here. I mean, unless my folks scared them all off. But I doubt it. I've been on the island a while, so yeah, you should get some good bites. And I think that's the last of the virtues, so we should be able to go back to the villas and see what's what. La di da 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 da. Oh man, that's uno momento, real fast. I just gotta do something, and alright, I am ready. Let's keep going. Alrighty. Tempo. I lit all the lights up. See, my question is, how did they have all these lights? How did they have all these fancy beacons, man? See, there's a saving. I wonder if I can just like walk somewhere and it'll just save it for me. And that's how I should like start saving it. I mean, I don't like that. I feel like it should be a better saving system, but oops. What can I expect from a game that's from like 2008?
Praise Athena for bringing you here, Jason. My daughter has returned.
Do you know the girl?
Where did Strixa go?
Who?
The little girl. She was at the Ring of Virtues when you were restored. One of your people.
I don't know any Strixa. I'm sorry.
When the Ionians came, what were you doing? What orders did you give your people?
It was all so sudden. We had no official soldiers anymore. No watch. My mind turned to the virtues. At first, I thought we must show courage and make a stand. But then I remembered humility and wondered if we should instead appeal to the Ionians and offer tribute.
No.
Then I said, Menno, you must be wise. And so fleeing into the swamps seemed the best plan.
Dumbass.
But would that serve justice? As the Ionians swarmed the village, I asked myself if we somehow deserved this fate. That
I'm
was,
hearing is
of
this
course, until I remembered my discipline and began to pray for Athena's intervention.
So what I'm hearing is this guy's a bitch. Think long, think wrong. He did nothing.
We are not judged by our thoughts, but by our deeds. How many of your people died because they had no leader?
We thought Perseus would return with the Spear of Virtue and send the Ionians back to the sea. I was not prepared. That is my failing. You see how the Ring of Virtues remains dark. What virtue I have is not enough to restore it. Blame me, if you will, for what has happened.
I don't blame just you. It's your whole village. What a bitch job.
Tell me more about your daughter.
Iona is the purest, most devout girl on all of Kithra. Apart from the High Priestess Medusa, of course. There is a small shrine in the eastern swamps. Nobody used it much. Iona felt that it was our duty to restore it. She went there every day to tend to the shrine and pray before it.
That's awesome. Go ahead.
What can you tell me about Medusa and Perseus?
They had such promise. Medusa was as cunning as she was beautiful. She was truly touched by Athena. Her brother, Perseus, was a champion of righteousness, a hero for every Kithran boy. But things changed after Phaedon arrived. As his influence grew, so did Perseus's distrust. After a time, Perseus left the temple to live here in the village. Without her brother at her side, Medusa gave Phaedon more and more power. And we saw little of her after that.
This just sounds like a tumbleweed. One thing went wrong and everything went.
Stay safe here. We'll send any others we find back to the village.
Okay. Are they all lit? They're not all lit. Yeah, maybe?
Wait for Uncle. Wait by Virtues. Athena's watching.
Kyrinos, your uncle Polemon is on his way. He says to wait a little longer.
Yes. Kiri, wait. There is wisdom in doing what wisdom says. Kiri, wait for Uncle here. Kiri, wait for Uncle here. Discipline is the order that allows freedom.
Kiri, there's a good boy.
Uncle! Kiri, wait like you said. Kiri, wait like you said.
Good lad. Thank you, all of you. I'll watch over Kiri now.
And there they are. We have completed all 5 of the virtues.
Jason, on behalf of Kithra Village, I want to thank you. You have restored not just the Ring of Virtues, but our people as well.
It was Athena's will that you be saved. Now, our business lies in the temple.
Be careful. Ionians followed Perseus inside before the gates closed, and Phaedon may still be there as well.
I've killed plenty of Ionians. They may slap me around a couple times, but they definitely don't scare me. Purge the Ionian threat and enter the temple. Okay. Well, as there are still Ionians. It's so interesting how that's built. Really cool.
There's one thing I don't get. Where did that little girl Strixa come from? And where did she go?
I have a feeling we'll see her again.
Huh?
He said great-eyed. Pay attention. Great-eyed. You know anything about knowledge? Very. Can you fix my connection? Harry's like, you're taking too long. Can I read the Herm, please? Thank you.
Ahead lies the Temple of Athena, sanctuary of the Golden Fleece. Praise and glory to Athena the Bright-Eyed, Athena the Virgin, Athena of the city.
What we seek must lie within.
the ground. You're on the ground. Ah, it's there. Purged the Ionian threat. I'm 90% sure there's nothing on either side. Not really a lot of collectibles. It's just kind of a story game.
These panels tell the story of the origins of the Golden Fleece. When this temple was first built, Athena herself inspired the artists. Would you like me to narrate?
Yes, please.
Tell us the tale, Pan.
As you wish. When Zeus claimed dominion over land and sky, not all of the vanquished Titans were sent to Tartarus. Those who did not oppose Olympus were spared, including the brothers Prometheus and Epimetheus. These artful brothers were charged by Zeus to create both man and beasts to populate the new Olympian world.
Alrighty. Makes sense.
What happened next?
Epimetheus worked first and created the beasts. He gave to each their qualities. The birds were given flight. The bear was made strong. The horse swift. The peacock beautiful.
Think I'll take a nap.
What happened next?
Prometheus then set about creating man, only to discover all the good qualities had been given to the beasts. Man would be a flawed creation. But to make up for this, Prometheus gave him two great gifts: an upright form in the image of the gods, and knowledge of fire, stolen from Olympus. With these gifts, Prometheus knew man would gain superiority over the beasts and the birds and the fish.
How was fire a thing of Olympus, of a secret of Olympus, when Prometheus was the Titan of fire, if I'm not mistaken?
What happened next?
Epimetheus was jealous of his brother's craft, not wishing to be judged the lesser by Zeus. And so he made one more beast, taking back all the qualities from the others and giving them to this new creation. When he was done, there stood a magnificent golden ram. Epimetheus boasted that man was inferior to his creation in every way.
Anyone else hungry?
What of this next panel?
Crafty Prometheus suggested they bring their two creations together to better judge their qualities. Prometheus knew that despite two great gifts, man also had vices, among them jealousy and a hunger for power.
Sounds like humans.
What happened next?
When the two were placed together, the man quickly saw that the ram was beautiful, potent, and completely trusting. Seeing this, the man fashioned a spear, slew the ram, and took its hide, which he then wore as a proud raiment.
The ram's hide is the golden fleece.
As old as mankind, a symbol of both his vice and his virtue.
That fleece is something else.
And then?
The Titan brothers were sent to Tartarus, Prometheus for stealing fire, and Epimetheus for creating the ram. The gods of Olympus then argued about what to do with the fleece. Zeus wanted to destroy it, but Hermes believed it should remain in the world to ensure everything done could be undone. Ultimately, a compromise was reached. The fleece would remain in the mortal world, provided it was kept under the care of wise Athena.
The gods work in mysterious ways.
Yes, they do.
Continue, Pan.
And so the fleece was kept here at Athena's temple on Kithra, guarded by her priests. Athena gave a drop of her divine blood to her first high priest as a boon to assist in this sacred duty. And so the bloodline of Athena was established.
There's a lesson for us all in that tale.
Well done, Pan.
As there is.
The pleasure is mine.
Pan, you should have been a poet.
Come, let's go.
But he is a poet. I guess. Isn't he? And see, we didn't even have to walk around it, dude. It was a free walk around. Ooh, that just saved. But we're only at 21 minutes. Pulse.
3 more are waiting for you here. But these 3 do not know they wait.
There is one thing I don't understand, Strixa. Or should I say, Athena. Why make the people of Kithra wait all these years before setting them free?
And what should they have been set free to? A ravaged island? A shuttered temple? Their leaders dead? I have preserved my people, protected them until the arrival of someone who could truly save them. I believe you might be that person. Your resolve on your quest has shown me as much. Will you prove me right?
If this is your will, then I will try. What must be done?
3 more cases you must weigh. 3 more judgments you must cast. The 3 who remain bear the burden of this island's fate. Phaedon, Perseus, and Medusa.
Where do I find Perseus?
In the Hall of Guardians, to the east. Perseus carries my blood, and so has not been preserved like the others, but he is in his own form of stasis. You must learn if he has the strength to bring an end to this.
Where is Phaedon?
Phaedon is in the Hall of Philosophers, to the west. You must uncover the truth. Find out what part he played in Kithra's tragedy.
The High Priestess. She is here?
She must be judged last, after the other 2. Only then will you be ready to confront the one in whom I place the greatest trust.
We will find these 3.
Remember, those outside could not be held responsible for the crimes that have occurred. They were worthy of being saved. Those inside the temple, however, must be judged by you. And be sure they will resist such judgment.
How did you know she was Athena, Jason?
There's something strange about a little girl living alone in a swamp, is there not? Particularly one with gray eyes.
Ah, I should have guessed. So, what now? Phaedon to the west, or Perseus to the east?
We must deal with both before we're done. Come.
No, see. Athena Shrine. Jeez. 4 levels on it? Okay, let's go. Upgrade the Tempest. Storm Spear can hurl lightning spears at a fast rate. Yes, please. Unyielding Assault. Oh, that's this one, right? If he interrupts an enemy attack, he does extra damage. I'll wait. Lethal Commander becomes far more. I have 2. All spear attacks have a chance to deal extra damage when they hit. Alright, let's go Commander. Let's make ours beefier and then why not? Let's just go Conviction. extra spear damage. We do use... I do want to assign it. Storm Spear. We're gonna go down. And I think this is the... You know what? This is probably the west. Pretty sure it is.
Hear that?
Yeah, it's faded.
It sounds like a debate.
This video's totally gonna be
My fellow philosophers, the Golden Fleece was an abomination. It had no place in this world. Its theft, criminal though it may be, will serve the greater good in the end. This I promise you, or my name is not Phaedon!
This guy doesn't look sketchy. No crime's good.
You speak falsely. No crime can serve the public good.
Can it not? And shall we take a nameless stranger's word on that?
My name is Jason, and I say your speech is false.
Then we must debate, sir. That is, if you have the credentials to speak before such an august company.
Oh, I definitely
Hear, hear! Our custom demands that all who speak in this assembly first demonstrate a modicum of knowledge of the subject at hand.
Let there be questions, and let him offer answers.
Certainly you would have no objection to establishing your familiarity with the history of the fleece. For example, a most rudimentary question. Who created the Golden Fleece?
Epimetheus.
The Titan Epimetheus fashioned the golden ram whose hide became the fleece.
He speaks true.
Ah, you are not wholly ignorant, it would seem. But let us press further. Here's a question any acolyte would be expected to answer. What two gifts did Prometheus grant unto man?
Sacred fire.
Prometheus stole sacred fire from Olympus and gave it to man.
And the other gift?
Great form.
The second was an upright form in the image of the gods.
He has it right.
Well answered, Jason. Perhaps a lucky guess. One more question to determine your worth. Tell us, who killed the golden ram?
Man.
It was man who slew the golden ram.
Indeed it was.
An excellent response.
A seed of truth. But does it lie on fertile ground, or cling in vain to rocky perches? It appears the stage is set for a vigorous debate. Shall we begin?
Phaedon, set the bounds of this discussion.
The thesis! The Golden Fleece is an abomination and has no place in the mortal world. The proponent, Phaedon, a humble servant of this temple and its high priestess. The opposition, Jason, an itinerant traveler from parts unknown.
Argument, the first.
The fleece is an abomination. Was not he who created it, the Titan Epimetheus, cast down into Tartarus by Zeus for doing so? Clearly, the Lord of Olympus judged the act of creation to be evil and worthy of damnation. Can we not then infer that the product of that act is also evil and worthy of damnation?
A persuasive argument.
And yet a flawed one. Epimetheus' proud defiance of the command of Zeus was the cause of his undoing. How he defied that command is immaterial. His failing was due to a lack of...
His failing was due to a lack of How he defied that command is... a lack of humility.
Discipline.
Oh, never
Rather
mind.
than obey the orders given him, he cast aside his duty in foolish competition with his brother. It wasn't the product of the act, but the act itself that drew the wrath of Zeus.
Yes, your argument is sound. You have my support, sir.
Pure sophistry. A clumsy argument to snare the feeble-minded. We continue.
Argument the second.
The fleece circumvents the will of the gods and the natural order. The immortal gods look down from mighty Olympus and wish such and such to be. And then Cleophas, the half-wit goatherd, uses the fleece and makes such and such not so.
I don't much like this man.
Same.
No mortal should have the power to countermand the divine scheme of life, death, and afterlife. I, for one, believe the will of the gods should be inviolate to the whims and caprices of imperfect minds.
A devout argument indeed.
Devout? I say a cold and cynical one. What of men who honor the gods? What of men inspired by the gods? Does my opponent deny that through man the gods can enact their wisdom? Your low opinion of our kind is unfortunate. But even more troubling is your low opinion of the gods. Surely those whose minds are perfect can foresee all outcomes, fleece or not, and act accordingly.
Indeed, a stirring rebuttal. You have my support, sir.
An untenable retort! The standards of philosophy here are lacking. We continue.
Argument the third.
Verily, the golden fleece brings out the worst in men. Wars have been waged for its possession. Brother has killed brother to claim its power. Its very presence on Kithra endangers the people of this island. Woe unto he who sleeps upon a bed of gold, for light is his slumber and his trepidation constant. Greece is undoubtedly a more peaceful place without the fleece in it.
Insightful words, truly. The man has delusions of adequacy.
Do not fool yourself in thinking that a decrease of temptation ensures an increase of peace. Men will fight. They always do. If not for the fleece, then for power. If not for power, then for land. If not for land, then for gold. It's a flawed world, and we are its flawed inhabitants. It takes conviction to do what's right in such a world. It takes courage. That's how we prove the good in us. Take away the fleece and we are not suddenly made more virtuous. That's an argument made of vapor.
Your words soar upon the lofty wings of wisdom. I cast my lot with you, sir.
Vapor! Huh! Let us move to the closing arguments. Good sirs, I appeal to the most discriminating sagacity of this assemblage. The fleece is an abomination, a singularity, and singularities are dangerous things. It has the power to conquer nations, the power to raise the living from the dead, and yet it has no conscience. It gives its power indiscriminately to any who can claim it, whether by brutish strength or cunning guile. Why do we risk such calamity? And for what? All that good men should reasonably do, they can accomplish without the fleece. We are better off without it, say I.
I am a king, not a scholar. So what wisdom I have is born from governing men, not studying parchment. I am not one for categorical proclamations of surety, particularly when it comes to subjects outside the ken of my experience. What I do know is this: the fleece is neither good nor evil. It does not decide its purpose any more than does my sword. The only thing certain in this life is that nothing is certain. That is the vital condition of our existence, and the fleece is the embodiment of that uncertainty. Yes, it is a singularity, but that is nature. As such, how can the fleece be out of place in the mortal world? It was born of this world. We are taught that the Titan Epimetheus made the golden fleece. I say that's wrong. Epimetheus made the golden ram. It was man who made the golden fleece. If you say that such a thing does not belong in this world, then neither does man himself. Used with prudence, the fleece encourages discipline and imparts wisdom, ensures justice, inspires courage. I hope all here would agree that these virtues most certainly have a place in this world.
Brilliant! We hear Athena's wisdom.
Hear, hear!
Well spoken, Jason. Truly, you are a man of many talents.
Someone fetch a laurel crown!
You can't all be persuaded by this chicanery!
Wonderfully said, sir!
Bah! It was too much to think this self-important rabble could comprehend simple truths. You, sir, are the most dangerous kind of agitator. And there's only one way to reason with an agitator.
There is no debate or argument with evil such as this.
Silence, filthy thing! I am the voice of this temple.
Look! His tattoos!
You stole the golden fleece!
What? Not that it matters now. My work here is done. That slut Medusa was easy work. And her brother proved a coward. No! The fleece left Kithra in the Raven's clutch. The Black Tongues have it now.
You fiend!
Where is it? Where is the fleece? You will tell me!
It is where you cannot find it. Where you cannot even search. This sword, it once belonged to a priest of Hades. We had a debate, he and I. We argued over who was the rightful ruler of Tartarus. He claimed Hades, while I know it to be Hecate. Despite my flawless reasoning, he simply refused to acknowledge the truth. It is a fine blade, is it not? When words fail, the sword
Why was he even nearby? And now there's yeah, it's murderous fiend. That is fading. like this fight's just kind of tedious. Is it not like you can do anything to make him vulnerable? So you're just kind of waiting until he's vulnerable. Oops. Ah, there we go. He died. And Thorn of Hades. All sword attacks have a small chance to damage enemies, even if they are blocked. And all deal more damage to shields and have a significant chance to deal crippling wounds. I think I'm actually going to keep the veteran blade, to be honest. This looks cool. But, what if I just break their shields faster? Alrighty, now let's hopefully hit a saving point. So we can go ahead and...
You saved us back there. Praise Athena. Your wisdom pierced through Phaeton's lies.
I am full of smart.
How could we have been seduced by Phaeton's sophistry?
Because you're dumb.
I can't believe we let a black tongue take control of Athena's temple. We must atone.
Yeah, you do.
We philosophers failed Kithra when she needed our wisdom the most.
Yep, you do.
We must re-examine our entire system of beliefs to see where we fell short.
Your arguments about the importance of the fleece were persuasive. I have committed them to memory and will see that all our members study them.
Alrighty.
We owe you our lives. If not for you, we too would have suffered the terrible fate of Phaeton's supporters. Thank you, Jason. I am ashamed to say I once sat in that hall and shouted praise to Phaedon.
It seems Phaedon fooled many people on this island.
Indeed. He had a way of being persuasive, but he had no answer to your argument. It was an honor to hear you speak. Where did you learn to orate in such a manner?
I have heard many petitions in my own court. I learned quickly the importance of fact and reason.
Truly, Athena chose her agent well.
Yes, she did.
Thank you again, Jason.
One of the most devout agents she chose.
The Hall of Philosophers. Let all who speak within do so in the pursuit of wisdom and justice. Let speech come from the heart, and debate come from the head.
Another useful piece of advice. Let the learned speak. Let the wise listen.
I like it. And can I save it? Is there a save point? I just walk down here so to save it. Right. Yeah, save it. And if I go back up, it's not going to make me retalk to Strixa. Okay. We're going to end this video here then. It's been a good one. A little bit extra. Got a 15-minute extra video for you. Had to get that Fade in Court thing done, so oh well. I'd appreciate a like, dislike, comment, subscribe. It all helps. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Later.